what was it like growing up in your home? What was it like K through 5th grade to
Yeah.
be you? And take us on that journey.
So I moved in with my grandmother when I was actually 2 years old. And from that period until I graduated from college and moved out, I stayed with her. She raised me. I had a great relationship with my mother and my father, but they were young, and there were many challenges growing up in an impoverished community with teenage parents. And my grandmother took the responsibility of raising me, and I'm so thankful for that. She's a was a very important, foundational, pivotal person in my life, and so but there was definitely some challenges. I mean, at a young age, I was responsible for getting myself up and getting ready to go to school because my grandmother worked at one of the local hospitals in the cafeteria, on the line, on the serving line, and she had to get up and go to work and be to work early in the morning, prepare for breakfast and things of that nature. And so she was there 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and here I am in kindergarten, first, second grade, getting myself up to go to school. I was a true latchkey kid, wearing the key around my neck on a string.
How do you
And
do that?
so
Like, if you're a kindergartner, first grader, I mean, like, like,
yeah,
explain to me how you get yourself
a,
up
a
and get to
long, a
school.
long, a lot of responsibility and alarm clocks and
Really? Like, I mean, did you
yeah.
always go? I mean, because I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
imagine.
yeah. I always went to school. I never saw, I'll tell people the story all the time that I never saw my grandmother miss a day of work. So I always thought that you were supposed to get up and go do something. And she always told me when raising me that a man should have something to do every day. Like, so every day, you couldn't lay around in bed, you could not do anything. And so I got up and got myself ready for school. I mean, I had neighbors and things like that. I grew up in the housing projects here in Columbia, but we had a very strong community. I often share that, I share about, being economically poor, but community rich. And I
Mm,
was wealthy when it came to community.
right.
Everybody looked out for one another in my neighborhood at that time, whether and so my next door neighbors, the women across the building in front of my building, behind my building, everyone was responsible for all the children that were being raised in that particular housing projects. And so, yeah, I was wealth could be measured in love from your community. I was
Yeah.
wealthy, and so
That's crazy, but you're like 5, 6 years old, your grandma leaves, and then you get up, and then you sit and you have a bowl of cereal or something. Like, do people come over? Do you, like, do it yourself and then grab your backpack and
so
walk
yeah,
out?
you get up and you get dressed and you go catch the bus and you get to school and you have breakfast and you go to class.
Yeah,
That was the routine. And if you were out there, someone's knocking on the door to see where you are. Someone's knocking on the door every morning to make sure that you are up and that you were getting ready. My next door neighbors, their doors were literally, you could stand in my doorway and touch their doorway. Our doors were that close together. So my next door neighbors would check on me as well, and make sure that we were all, that I was taken care of, or I
yeah,
was ready for school. So
yeah. I mean, that's
yeah,
remarkable. Even that part of I know you kinda glanced over it, but, like, I've got a kindergartner, and, I mean, the idea that my kindergartner is gonna get up, get himself ready, walk out to the bus is like, he's not going to kindergarten.
uh,
I don't think he's going till 5th grade if he's in charge.